Hey everybody, welcome back to Thistle Hill Farmstead. Well, right here beside me, I have another generator project. This is a Generac GP3300 generator that I just picked up on Facebook Marketplace. And if you follow the channel, you might be asking yourself, well, why does this guy need another generator? He just bought one a while back, which was another Generac that I had to kind of work on and get working. But the reason for that is that one is a 5500. It's a bigger generator, and it has no wheels on it, and it was just extremely hard to move around, and it's extremely heavy. It's worked great. I've used it to run my circular saw to cut the tops off of the 4-plank horse fence that we're building around the farm, and it's working great. But I saw this one on Facebook Marketplace. It was a pretty cheap price. I think the guy wanted like $200 for it. And I thought, well, you know, for that, it may be worth, picking up another one that's got some wheels on it. We have to paint the fence also when we have an airless sprayer that's electric. And I want something I can easily move around and do that painting with. Now, I got to his place and we tried to start this thing and we couldn't get it to start. And we took the bowl off the carburetor and it was full of just dried up gas and gunked up. So because of that, we struck a deal on it and I was able to get it at a pretty good price and willing to take the risk that the generator was good because there was no way to test that. I was able to pull the cord, the engine turned over freely. So I was assuming that it was just the fuel or the carburetor that need cleaning out. So hopefully that's what it is. We're going to take a look at it and see. So come along with me while I see if I can get this thing running. Well, I feel like I need to be playing some Britney Spears music. Oops, I did it again, because here is the generator that I've bought off of Facebook Marketplace. And if you followed my videos before, you'll know that I bought another Generac generator on Facebook Marketplace. And this one also is not running. But when I took a look at it at the person's place that I bought it from, I took the bowl off and then the bowl is just full of old gasoline. So I think all that needs to be done is have that bowl cleaned out, the carburetor cleaned out. It turns over okay, and if I give it a little shot of ether, it ran. So I think it's just a carburetor issue. So let's take a look at it and get that carburetor off and get it cleaned up and see if we can get this running. Well, it's kind of tight quarters in here. I'm in my little work area. Here is the bowl to the carburetor, and let me see if I can get that off. Make sure the fuel, turn the fuel off. Yeah, got it off there. And let's see, I'm not quite sure what size that is. Okay, it is. That's a 10 millimeter. Let me get some glasses on here where I can see what's going on. Okay, let me get a little towel so that if gas comes out of that, I'm not going to get all over my bench. I need to get some proper pig mats, I guess, but I've got these little puppy pads, pee pads. So when Charlie was a baby and Dixie had just had her pups, we had these. So they've come in handy when I'm working around the garage here, just for such occasions. Now this is already kind of loose because, as I said, I loosened it and popped this bowl off before, and it was just full of, yeah, look at that. So this is going to need some attention for sure. Yeah, so let's take that off, and you can see, yeah, the float is pretty much just stuck, not movable. All right, let's get this air cleaner cover off. in preparation for removing the carburetor. There we go. Got a little foam insert in there. Little metal jiggy. All right, let's see if we can get this off. Let's see if this is, yeah, it's also a 10 millimeter. Get my little magnetic tray for all my bolts so I don't lose anything. Okay. Is there anything else holding this on? Yep, there's another screw on the other side here. Here's the other screw here. Also at 10 millimeter. So far, so good with the 10 millimeter. All right. Now let's see if this will slide off. Okay. Yep, okay, it's come off. Now I just need to take this hose off. This is like a breather hose here. And same thing here. Get a pair of pliers. Okay, that one should come off now. Don't want to break that little nipple off. Don't think this unit is very old, so I don't think this thing should be brittle. But you never know. Come over there. There we go. Now I need to cut this little zip tie here. Okay, well, I guess I could have left those together because actually this comes out of here like this. They could have stayed together. Okay, and there we have the little breather housing off. That gives us access to the carburetor here. Let's see, let me get a little light in here so we can see what's going on. Looks like maybe this will just slide off. Yeah, it does. These long bolts here that the breather held on is holding the carburetor on. So let's go ahead and see if we can. Ooh, that light is not in a good spot, is it? Okay, so let me move you. I'm going to be gentle with this gasket. Don't want to mess the gasket up. And let's see. I've got a rod up here on the top that's connected to, I'm sure that's a governor of some sort. I'm not sure if you can see that up top. Let me move this out of the way right there. So I just need to pop this off. And not sure how that comes off. Let me take a closer look. I think it just lifts up out of that. So if I come over here, twist it all the way around, does it lift up? Yeah, I don't see. So maybe I can pull it off and then lift it off there. So let's see if, now here's the fuel line. I need to take that off too. There's a fuel line that's coming down right here. Wow, that's interesting. The little tension clamp, it's very rusted on it. I'm not sure whether that got on some water or why that's rusted like that. Let me see if I can work this hose off of here. Yeah, there we go. This hose feels a little bit of fuel coming out. Oh, yeah. Wow, even though that is turned off. Oh, there we go. No, it was in the on position. That's why we had so much fuel come out of there. Should stop here soon. Maybe not. Maybe that... Nope, it stopped. I thought that fuel cock might be clogged or have something in it. But I tell you what, I'm going to put this up here like this. And let me see if I can just zip tie it up where it's not wanting to drip. Can I get it up there? There we go. That way it won't run out. Now let's see if I can pull this, get this gasket here off. So like a heavy rubber gasket. Oh, it must have some metal in it because it's sticking to my magnetic screw and bolt holder. So let's slide this off. Let's see if it'll come. Yeah. So what's happening here is right here on the top. Let me see if I can get you in a little closer. So what I'm going to do while I slide the carburetor off this governor or speed control rod here, as I slide it off, this black piece here has a groove in it. So the further I get off, it should lift up out of there. Let's see if it does. Yep. And then I need to actually also pull this little spring off here or out. Okay, so I got the spring out, and I'm going to lift this little rod up out of there just like that. And then the carburetor is off. There it is. Let's take a look at it and see what we got. So here's the carburetor, and it is indeed in a mess. I don't know, let me get some more light down here so we can see what's going on. There we go. So you can see that is in a mess. It's got a lot of build up here on it. Look at this. Scraping that off with my fingernail. Just a lot of the fuel built up on there, and yeah, the float won't even move. So this definitely needs to be cleaned up, cleaned out. I don't have an ultrasonic cleaner, but I think I'll try to use some carburetor cleaner, which I have right here. It's called a nitro choke cleaner. Let me see if that will do any good. I may have to just soak it in something overnight, or okay, let me see if I can clean this up a little bit. I have a little brush here, and I've got this choke cleaner. Otherwise I may have to buy a ultrasonic cleaner, because that has got a lot of goo on it. It's the next day, and I pulled everything out of like the soak that I had it in last night, and it looks pretty darn good for just soaking overnight. Here's the carburetor, and as you can see, the float is loose now. Everything looks good. I think I'm going to try it like this and see how it all goes back together, and if it runs nicely with just this manual cleanup. If not, I'll take it back off and we'll get a ultrasonic cleaner and pop it in that. I don't have an ultrasonic cleaner because I don't really work on small engines that much, but it seems here lately that I'm working on them more and more, so maybe it would be worth investing in an ultrasonic cleaner. So let's slide the carburetor back on and see what we get. All right, let's see if we can put it back together the way we took it off. I believe it came off like this. Yeah, there we go. I left the gasket on in there, so I'm just gonna go with that again, and hopefully that'll be fine. So let me put this little piece back through here like it came out, and then my little spring, it's got to go back in there. Let's see, get in there, buddy. That's kind of hard to see. It wants to twist up on me the other way. Well, there we go. All right, we got it in there. Okay, so that's hooked back on. Slide this back in. All right, so now it should just work just like that. It's kind of hard to see with my big hand in the way. And then I got the choke back on. Okay, so let's put this little screw back. That'll hold the bowl on. I can get it going. There we go. I'll tighten that up later. I'm just going to hand tighten it right now. So the next on is this thick gasket here. Go like that. Probably not that way. Hey, there we go. That looks like it. I've got the holes all in alignment there. Let me clip that off there now. That zip tie that I put up there yesterday to hold that fuel line. Okay. Now I'll go ahead and slide this back on. Okay. Okay, so that line looks a bit old there. I may have to get another little piece of fuel line, but I'll worry about that later. Go ahead and put the air box back on now. And I had this little piece of hose here. Just kind of the breather hose. It just sticks in that breather and in the valve cover there. All right. And this little dude just comes and sticks right back over here. All right. Now just got a couple of screws to have to put on. All right, got a couple of screws to put in for the breather. breather box, that is. And then there's one that goes underneath the bottom here. Holds everything in place. And this same 2 bolts here holds the whole carburetor assembly up against the block. So I want to tighten it up, but not too tight. Okay, that should be good. All right, everything is back on now. All right, put this little piece back in here. Forgot how that went. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Just there like that. And just like that. Then we got our breather pad. And then the outside cover. And our bolt. So there we go. Everything is back together. So now it's just a matter of taking it down and outside and see if she'll start. Okay, we've got it outside now. Let's see if it'll crank. Any guesses on how many pulls it may take? Put your guess in the comments below. Let's see what happens. So I went through the starting procedure here on the front, which says check the oil. Did that. Fill it with gas. Plug your power source in, which we don't have that now. Turn the gas to on. It's on. Flip this little switch over here to on. Give her some choke if you need to, and give it a pull. So let's see what happens. Which way is choke? Run, choke. Okay, got some choke on. Let's see what happens. Look at that, first pull. Got a little bit of surging going on, and that may be because of the carburetor. Let me get something to plug in and see if the generator works. Well, it looks like everything works. It's got a little bit of that surging going on. I'll have to look at how to adjust that, but both outlets work. I wasn't able to test that round outlet because I don't have a plug like that. Doesn't look like the hour meter works on it, but you know, that's not a huge issue. But hey, for a couple $100 off of Facebook Marketplace and a carburetor clean, not too bad, I guess. Okay, thanks for watching. And again, if you like these kind of videos, hey, give it a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. And remember, if you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification button so that anytime I post a new video, you'll get notified. Thanks again, and take care.